Hi, I'm John Wesley, and this is episode 5 of Visiting House to House. When I started this project, when I knew that I was going to go door to door, I decided that I was going to make a map, and in my head also sort of delineate people into 3 categories. The first is that people who are attending the churches that I serve. And I'd want to go back and visit them again, but those visits are more about discipleship. The second was identifying people who are actively attending other churches, and I have no interest in focusing a lot of my time on people who are already trying to follow Jesus actively, and so I kind of had this idea that I would mark them off, and then of course the third category being people who weren't connected with the ministry or probably far from God. And so those were the 3 categories I was working with. Well, David and I, on another day, we went and visited a family with several children, and I got to meet one in high school, and these are the kind of people I was going to mark as attending another church and leave alone. But before we left, the father said, well, if you're ever doing any youth activities at the church, let us know, and we'll bring them over. Well, we don't do that many youth activities, but like a week later, we had a county-wide event. They had some bands. It was at a Methodist campground, and I had gotten some folks to agree to go, and then they got strep throat with one of my churches, and I was like, I was ready to go. I was bring 3 folks, and I thought about it, and I said, they have 3 kids in high school at that family that I visited that said, if you have something with the church, call us. And so I called them thinking they'd say no, it was the day of, and they said, sure, what time should we drop them off? And we spent a good evening, drove them over, hung out with them a little bit at the concert, drove them back. It occurred to me that I need to be open to even the folks who are attending. Maybe they'll never come attend the churches I serve on a Sunday morning, but I need to be open to ministering to anybody that God gives me. I hope that encourages you in some way. This continues to be an experiment. This has been episode 5 of House to House, and I'm John Wesley. I hope to see you again.